Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever had a short period of time to do something?
That did not affect me though, as the power of lateness has always stayed with me. Now the responsibility of getting ready and going to school on my own, on time, was now all up to me.
So that's what we're doing today. We've got a little over 48 hours by the time you see this video. Probably closer to, 60 hours by the time you see this video to have an opportunity. What's that opportunity? That opportunity is to win a 2-ounce pour of this 13-year-old Pappy Rye. So I'm going to be doing a review on it today. Somewhere in the comments, I'll be leaving what the key phrase, key word is, something like that. But I'm very sincere when I say this. Bourbon has an expiration date, much like us. We have expiration dates too. But the best thing that we can do before those expiration dates is enjoy it. So let's have some fun with this today. So somewhere in the comments, like I said, so Patreons, if you're in that $5 to $15 Patreon range, you'll also be eligible on a separate drawing. I'm going to do this drawing. It'll come out in a video on Sunday, so have your stuff in by Sunday morning. So anyone that's a member of the channel, over 21, likes and comments on this video with the key phrase will be eligible for that 2-ounce pour. Patreons, if you're in that $5 or $15 range and you haven't won something this month, you're eligible for this pour. So it's pretty simple. But let me get into this. I want to give the breakdown of my thoughts on this, and looking forward to seeing somebody or at least a couple people win some of this. So looking forward to that. There's no fun having bourbon if nobody else gets to try it. I'm very sincere in that. Man, looking at this has almost got like this light kind of, well, I'd say more of a deeper honey color, kind of almost a light burnt yellow. It's almost like a burnt yellow, a deep yellow on there. I'll let it roll around on the Glen a little bit. Let's see what we get for some oils. It's kind of sticking to the side, so this looks like it's going to have some nice oils to it. Give it a swirl. Let's see what this nose tells us on here. Now, it's funny. There's going to be some things on here. People will be like, oh, I can't believe you said this, that, and the other. But I always give you what I get off of these things. Now, this is not heavy proof. This is, what is this, 95.6 proof. So it's not super heavy in the proof. And that doesn't mean, and I'm a higher proof type of person. Yeah, this thing's streaming nice and slow. Nice slow legs forming on this, so it's going to have some good oils. I'm not I like heavier proof stuff. I like that 110 to 120 range a lot of times. Sometimes higher. But right off the nose on this, I get some very nice fruits on this. I'm getting peach. I get a lot of peach on this. People always mess with me on this, but I get a little bit of a licorice on this. Sometimes you get that with a rye. And there's not a stated mash bill out there, but it's suspected that it's probably about a 51% rye, a barely legal rye. And because I'm not getting a whole lot of overpowering rye notes right off the nose on this. It does have a little bit of that kind of that herbal thing type that goes on with your ryes, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't smell medicinal at all. It just smells nice. So you're getting a tiny touch of mint. Like I said, that licorice is for me, and I'm very sensitive to licorice. I like licorice. I get that fairly heavy on the nose on this, and that peach is really shining through on this. A lot of fruit on this. For a 13-year, I'm not getting not getting a heavy oak presence on this, which is nice. But man, the oils on this that just build up and slowly pour down the side of the glass look outstanding on it. This does have also a nice vanilla to it, almost like a vanilla frosting to it. So there's a creaminess to this as well. So right up front, I'm not getting a whole lot of oak. I am getting some nice sugars. I'm getting some like a vanilla type of frosting type of thing going on. I'm getting some peach going on, getting some licorice going on. I am getting that, kind of a little bit of a mint, a little bit of an herbalness going on, but not medicinal type of thing. So it is showing some of the rye there, but it doesn't blow you away like some rye. And with this being 13 years and maybe being a barely legal rye, you would kind of expect that maybe it's going to have some more bourbon forward notes. But let's get to the palate on this. So that fruitiness did transition over into that first sip on this. So you do get some of that peach, and yeah, that vanilla is coming through a lot too. On the back end of this, it's not very drying at all. So for 13 years in rye and oak, you would expect it to be really, really drying, but it's not super drying at all. It's more of a kind of a sweet oak, just a tiny bit of a char. But on the back end, you're not getting a lot of the heavy char notes. You're not getting a lot of, I would say, like a tobacco or anything like that. It's just more kind of a muted down type of a sweet oak and a sweet char going on there. That licorice is coming through, a little bit of that mint on the back too. That vanilla, that vanilla frosting is up front. And I know I'm a proof guy, and it doesn't always have to be about proof all the time. But I swear, if this had a little more proof, I it's a very, very good pour. Now I'm still going through this, but if this had some more proof, man, I think that this could do some different things here. So this kind of reminds me more of your summer type of fruits type of thing going on. I'm getting a little bit of like I guess it would be more like a little bit of a melon type of thing going on here. So I got a little bit of melon. I've got that peach going on there. You're getting some of the herbalness that comes with some rye, but it's not overpowering at all. Getting a tiny bit of mint going on there. Get a little bit of that vanilla kind of a frosting type of note going on, which was on the nose as well. Still getting some of that licorice, which I like. Getting a kind of a sweet oak and a little bit of a char, but nothing that's crazy on it. The finish on this it's still there. It's a medium plus to a medium long finish, but it's very light. And I attribute that and this is such an easy drinker. I mean, you're not getting any of the ethanol on the nose. You're not really getting anything on the palate. I mean, I got just a tiny bit of a sprinkle of just a little bit of a pepper, but that's more of just first pour of the day type of stuff. So very, very impressed as far as the way that it balances, it transitions a little bit. Definitely enjoy the pour, but I'm telling you, for the secondary prices, then this is just me. For the secondary prices, I wouldn't go crazy and go hunting it again. That's just me. Um, if I was able to find the bottle in a good price range, a couple $100, I would buy it day in and day out just to say, yes, it's a very good pour. You're not going to find a 13-year rye all the time. It offers a lot of different things, and this is just me, and this is my biggest criticism of this. If it was a higher proof, I think those flavors would be a little more intense. And I think it would probably give you some other things as well, because you're not going to find a lot of 13-year ryes. You just don't find a lot of older ryes. And if you find an older rye with great balance, it's got great balance, it's got some good things going on there. But if it had a little bit more to push it, I think you would find some other notes in this, or they would be even a little more intense. And that would make this bottle something that I would probably pay a few $100 more for. But, I'm thinking if you find it, of course, at MSRP in a lottery, you're going to have to get it. It's a Pappy. They don't just sit around on shelves anymore. I think it's a very good pour. I think it's something that anyone that can enjoy, even if you're really not a rye fan, I think it offers a lot of great things there. I think that it shows you a lot of things that a lower proof whiskey can do with being a rye. But for me, if this was higher proof, I would just absolutely be going nuts hunting for this, just because I think it would bring out some different notes and it would intensify some of the other notes you already have. Man, that was a mouthful. I hope I made a little bit of sense. Now, finish, medium plus to medium long finish. It's got some great flavors going on with it. It's got some great nose going on with it. Just the proof point on it, for me, screams it needs to be higher proof. But who am I to argue with people that have been doing something successful for a long time? So I understand why it's highly coveted and highly sought after. Now look, if you would like to try a pour of this, and I'm hoping you do, all the things that were up front, be a member of the channel, like, comment this video. Somewhere in the comments, put Pappy, Pappy. Sunday, I'll be putting out a video. Someone's winning a 2-ounce pour from this video. Also, Patreons, you're in that $5 or $15 range. Someone who hasn't won this month will be winning a pour of this. So I'm very, very excited about that. I love to share stuff with people, and it does make my day when I get to get something to somebody that maybe they haven't tried yet, or maybe may not have that in their area to try. And I love it when you guys send me stuff that I don't get to try, even though I'm way behind on my tasting and stuff. But man, if you're working today, I hope your workday goes by fast. I hope you're successful in everything that you do. I hope you bring great energy to your teams, and I hope they bring it right back. If you're off right now when you're watching this, I hope that dial just turns it down a little bit. I hope that the time slows down so you can reflect and have a nice time with the people in your life. Whether it's watching a new show, and you guys have given me some awesome shows I need to check out. Reading a good book, doing something for yourself, going for a walk, playing with the dog, cooking a different meal that you've never cooked before, experimenting on something, having a great time, having a great pour, inviting a friend over you haven't talked to in a while, and just sitting down and asking some things that you've never asked them before. We kind of get in those doldrums where we have the same conversations. Ask them something different. Man, and I tell you what, I'm so thankful for everyone that's doing something. I appreciate it. If you're retired, you've already done a lot. Thank you for that. You guys have helped keep that country running for us. But whatever you're doing right there out there now, if you're one of our first responders, if you're police officer, or if you're fire department, or if you're work in an ambulance, or you work in the hospitals, you're a doctor, a nurse, if you are. There's so many different professions out there that we don't call out all the time. And I'll say, my lawyer friends out there, people sometimes give them hell for being a lawyer, but you know what? When you need somebody for legal advice, it's important to have those people that are studied in that expertise. And I'm so glad that you guys are out there. Man, so thankful for our American military. You guys, protect us every day. Our teachers out there, our truck drivers, our farmers, people that work the off shift, so we have the opportunity to go to areas and stuff like that. So thankful for all of you. And for all of you, I hope you all have an amazing day. Cheers and God bless. Thank you.